Wall Street is coming for your XRP. This has been a statement kind of thrown out around, the YouTube space, the XRP community, and we've been hearing a lot about it for a little bit of time, but a lot of people seem to not understand what it really means. Now, in this video, we're going to be addressing the fact that Wall Street, they are coming for your XRP, and I think that this is a very big thing to really kind of address at this current moment in time because of all of the announcements that are happening right now around Ripple, around XRP, and ultimately around this entire space, because it's not just XRP that Wall Street's trying to target. No, Wall Street's coming for this entire space. They want, to make sure that they are also, a part of this next big wave, because if we're really thinking about what's about to happen for crypto, we are about to grow exponentially, not just this cycle, but just in general for the next 10, 20, 30 plus years. I mean, we're going to be targeting over, a quadrillion dollars in terms of tokenized value. And where do you think the overall market cap for, crypto's headed? This is the next $100 trillion asset class. Now, let's actually address a few things. Let's talk about a few things. So welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's dive on in to this post here from Smoke Dog. We have January 2025. Robinhood document on tokenization cites the success of Ripple's tokenization of RWA on the XRP ledger. Hundreds of millions tokenized now. Hundreds of billions is next. Now, if we look at this, we have from Robinhood, January 2025, tokenization, a complete breakdown of tokenization. We have digital asset firm Ripple has tokenized hundreds of millions of dollars of RWAs on the XRP ledger. Now, if we really think about what's going on here, okay, the XRP ledger, XRP, Ripple, these three are now cited on so many institutional documents. So many big players are coming out of the woodwork now talking about XRP, talking about Ripple, talking about, what's going on in this space. And it just kind of feels as if Ripple and XRP are becoming very, very big in a very short amount of time. I mean, if we go all the way back to 2021, for an example, versus now, I mean, it's night and day. But on top of this, right, remember who, Robinhood actually is. We know over here that Bitstamp, in collaboration with Ripple, will launch their own digital derivatives exchange built entirely on the XRP ledger. Now, Robinhood agreed to acquire crypto exchange Bitstamp in a $200 million deal that's set to close in the first half of 2025. This new venture has the potential to greatly accelerate crypto expansion worldwide. Check it out.
A business or an institutional investor, they also want access to the things we offer. They want 24-hour access to the equity markets, they want industry-leading margin rates, a great customer experience. So over time, I do think you'll see us branching more out into serving other types of customers, not just retail, but also businesses and institutions. And to that end, we announced an acquisition of Bitstamp, a global crypto exchange. One of the things that's very attractive about that business is that it's not just international, but also institutional. It gets us access to an entirely new customer base that we're not directly serving today. I think we can do more and more of that over the next 10 years.
We are launching our own derivatives exchange in the next few months, so that's something we are most excited about and really hope to cooperate closely with Ripple there as well. In final stage of integration of really some top 30 commercial banks globally on Bitstamp as a service. So these commercial banks will offer crypto through Bitstamp. So that's definitely something we are very proud of.
And if you heard what she said, commercial banks will be offering services through Bitstamp. And if we think about SAB 121 being repealed and we think about the timeline here, it feels very, very, I don't want to say coincidental, but I don't believe in coincidences. I feel like this has been planned. This has been planned for a while, and it feels like everything is unfolding in real time, and it feels as if 2025 is going to be a monstrous year for banking services, based around crypto to finally be greenlit, and for a lot of these players like Ripple that have been at the forefront of the institutional side of things to win big. Now, what do I mean when I say Wall Street is coming for XRP? Well, let's talk about this. Number one, XRP ETFs. Let's go back a little bit, because this is Brad Garlinghouse stating that the XRP ETFs represent the transition from speculative retail trading to institutional adoption. This is precisely why XRP ETFs are essential. He also predicts that they will be approved in trading soon. Institutional capital is set to flow into the XRP ledger, not retail. Check it out.
There's been an influx of XRP ETF filings, both in and out of the US. How do you view all of this? How do you view these filings?
Well, I think part of the transition from maybe more speculative retail into more institutional adoption and participation is the ETF step. Certainly, the Bitcoin ETF getting approved, the SEC was dragged kicking and screaming a little bit towards that outcome. But getting the Bitcoin ETF, I think, was a monumental event in terms of expanding the ability for others to participate, particularly institutional investors. So to me, I think I said then publicly that if people would ask me, is there going to be an XRP ETF? And I just look, it's inevitable that there will be an XRP ETF. And now I think I actually don't even know. I think there's 4 or 5 different filings here in the US. I know of at least one in Europe. And I think it's great. I think it's, again, not surprising. I certainly hope that we'll see some of those approved soon, and we'll see them trading so others can participate in the ecosystem that otherwise might not be able to because they don't want to custody crypto themselves, or other reasons that may exist. But I'm excited for sure, and I think it's a great sign not just for XRP, but I think it's a great sign for crypto broadly. I will say, and I think many people know this.
So yeah, as we do really think about what's happening here, the entire space is evolving in a big way. And I think that we need to start really I feel like we all need to start to realize what's about to happen, because we do have a lot of short-term expectations in the space. And don't get me wrong, I think that a lot of them will be realized in. I just feel as if the long-term here, and when I say the long-term, I think that a lot of people kind of blow that out of proportion and think all right, well, it has to be 2030. I think that there's going to be a lot of moves made within the next 2 to 3 years. And when I say 2 to 3 years, a lot of people think that I'm kicking the can down the road, but I'm not. I'm just saying in the next 2 to 3 years, outside of the bull run, outside of alt season, which will happen this year, in the next 2 to 3 years itself, we're going to see very large moves being made around this space that will ultimately set us on a path, to have very prosperous growth and financial gains for the next at least 100 years, in my opinion, because of the adoption cycle, because of the utilization cycle of this space. Now, when we think about ETFs, that represents Wall Street coming for XRP. We know over here on January 31st, there was an article that got posted, and it says, could XRP be heading for Wall Street? The NYSE ARCA has filed to list the Grayscale XRP ETF, aiming to give investors regulated exposure to XRP. With 16.1 million in assets under management, Coinbase custody securing assets, and BNY Mellon, guys, one of the biggest banks out there managing transfers, this could be a major step for XRP adoption. No active trading, just pure XRP exposure on a national exchange, but the SEC still needs to approve it. If this gets the green light, could we see XRP explode into the mainstream? Is this the moment big money finally embraces XRP? And yeah, it definitely could be the start, but also don't forget that Ripple has been advertising the RLUSD stablecoin in the Wall Street Journal. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but Ripple has been pushing these ads for a while, and it just kind of feels as if we're starting to see it marketed towards those that they are trying to target. But on top of this, right, remember that Wall Street themselves are now pushing for XRP. Here we have immense potential Ripple brace for XRP spot ETF to rival Bitcoin and Ethereum. Wall Street is pushing for Ripple's XRP to win a spot exchange traded fund ETF, following in the footsteps of Bitcoin and Ethereum that scored their own spot ETFs this year, back in 2024. Now, on top of this, guys, we're at 9 XRP ETFs that are pending approval now. There's a lot more that will be, starting to be announced. We know that from Eleanor to Rep from, Fox, She outlined that there could very well be, a lot more on the sidelines still waiting to be announced, but 9 already. 9. I mean, this is crazy. When we think about Wall Street is ready to embrace this space in a big way. And we even have over here from Chad, the demand is coming from Wall Street. They want the 3rd largest crypto asset because their clients are asking for it. They want the next big hit, and XRP has the most potential to, far exceed the previous ETFs. Combine that with Ripple IPO this year. We have in the past, XRP's growth was constrained by its ongoing legal battle with the SEC, even as other altcoins rallied. Right after the announcement of SEC Chair Gary Gensler's resignation, XRP has risen over 36%. His departure has heightened expectations that the ongoing legal battle could soon come to an end in Ripple's favor. Also, major companies are reportedly planning XRP ETFs, awaiting the conclusion of the lawsuit, which could also pave the way for an IPO for Ripple. So, yeah, I mean, as we really look at what's going on here, it's kind of crazy, but it just kind of feels as if we are about to see a lot of these filings, which, by the way, apparently we're actually at 11 from what I've been hearing. It's hard to say exactly how many we're at, 9, or, are we at 11, or are we going to be at 12? Like, how many are we going to see around XRP? We don't know, but it feels as if the pressure is building. It's building. Once these start to really get approved, Wall Street is going to have a large portion of XRP locked up in these ETFs, in my opinion. And on top of that, remember what the Q4 report did say. XRP and the XRPL now have become the blockchain of choice for RWA tokenization by institutions. This is a very big deal. So as we really look at what's going on here, it just kind of feels as if everything is aligning perfectly for XRP. We hear a lot of talk from the Bitcoin side. We've been hearing a lot of, nonsense drama. At the end of the day, the biggest thing, and I would say the biggest argument from the Bitcoin side, is simply the fact that XRP is the 3rd largest crypto project, right? We know XRP has been around for well over, a decade plus now. It was basically I would say it's the first major DeFi focused project that has a built-in DEX, the first DEX that we know about in history, which perfectly, positions it for tokenization, which is also why I do think that it led to the XRP ledger being one of the main, choice for RWA tokenization. But it's also the only crypto asset that has flipped Ethereum and technically has also flipped Bitcoin for a little bit of time there during 2017-2018's bull run. And if we think about that, that would also terrify me as well if I was a Bitcoin maxi. But it proves to you that, XRP is definitely in a league of its own right now. And there's definitely a lot behind XRP still left to be announced, uncovered. And I do think that Wall Street is also looking at this from a market standpoint. I've always said this, even in the past, to really kind of, in my opinion, put a lot of weight behind these ETFs on why they would be approved. If I was an institution, if I was a Wall Street player, and I was looking at this space and I said, all right, well, how much money did we make off of the Bitcoin ETFs? All right, well, we made this much. Where's all the hype right now in this space? It's around XRP, the 3rd largest crypto project. We already have an Ethereum ETF, right? We already have the Ethereum ETF. This could be the next big play, especially if we are a Wall Street player that is looking at this and we, have clients demanding, XRP ETFs. They're asking for it. They see how much hype and, demand there is around the space for XRP as well. It just makes sense from a business side of things. And from, the idea of like, all right, well, how much money can we actually make off of this? They're going to get these ETFs approved. We don't know when, but I would argue very soon. And I think that the case itself is also going to be completely thrown out. I don't think that we have much time on that. I think like April was the last time that we, heard there was a specific date for it. So who knows what's going to be happening, but I would say in the first half of this year, we should have ETFs trading live for XRP, and we should also have that case completely gone. But I'm very well, I'm very much so looking to see what happens with these ETFs next, because these have been the big talk of the town for XRP. But with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.